Hey guys, I always say that I am not going to let my empties pile up. They're piled up. So what I'm going to do is try and run through it kind of quickly. I'm going to leave links below where I've spoken about anything, if I've spoken about it further on my blog. But also please just leave a comment below if you had any other questions. Yeah, so I'm going to try and do them in order of how I would apply. It's mostly skincare. Yeah, so, alright, first one, the Venn, what is it, the Moisture Balance All-in-One Face Cleanser. I adore this cleanser. I believe they call it some kind of like a hybrid milky type cleanser. It comes out, it's like quite a fluid milky type cleanser, but it will destroy makeup. And yeah, it's a low pH, it's very, very gentle. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. I think it's also got some exfoliating properties. From memory, it's not harsh at all. I do have another one. This one was gifted, but I have another one which I bought myself. Okay, ignore the thump because I'm just dropping them. Okay, this is the LMS Nourishing Omega Rich Cleansing Oil. This is nice, has a nice smell to it. It's quite a thicker type oil, not like really thick, maybe like a medium-ish kind of thick. It will emulsify. It does a nice job. I have no complaints. Yeah, nice cleanser. Okay, the next one is the Dr. Sam's Flawless Cleanser. This one is like a gel. So how I found that it works best is to apply to damp skin. So if I were using in the morning, I might use it in the shower because I found having really wet skin aids this one in helping it spread. It just feels better, in my opinion. And again, if I used it in the evening, I would take my makeup off with a balm or an oil and then use this one in the shower. This one lived in my shower. That's how I used it mainly, and it worked brilliantly for me. Yeah, I really, really enjoy this one. Next one I have is the Jordan Samuel Skin. This one is the After Show Treatment Cleanser. This is a sensitive version. I've used both. I like both. Both are beautiful. This one, I believe the sensitive version emits exfoliating properties. The After Show Treatment Cleanser, the original, does have some acid or enzyme in it, which it's still quite mild. I believe it feels gentle to me, but this one even more gentle. I already have a backup of this one. I love it. Okay, next up is the Ordinary, the Squalane Cleanser. Really like this. This is another repurchase. I have spoke about this one and the Dr. Sam and the Venn on a blog post that I will leave a link to. All very mild. This one is another that is good at both removing makeup and SPF and also skin cleansing. Did I say I repurchased? I repurchased in the super size. This one is also really affordable. I can't remember how much it was in Australian dollars, but I'm going to say somewhere around the $10 mark, maybe less. Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, I have a mini of the Drunk Elephant Sleigh. At first I wasn't totally sold on this one. It's a balm. It removes makeup well. I think after I'd finished it, I've sort of realized how much I actually do quite like it. It's very reminiscent of Clinique Take the Day Off. If you've tried that, no fragrance, you know, stays true to all of Drunk Elephant's, you know, Suspicious Six. But yeah, I like it. Would I buy it in full size? I would. I haven't, but yeah, I would recommend, do like. Okay, this one is the Patron Lily Lazy Day, what is it? Lazy Day All-in-One Moisture Pads. Technically not a cleanser. These are pre-soaked pads. What do they have? Hyaluronic acid, ceramides, a few extracts, that type of thing. Now, you can use these as your final step or your one and only step. I tended not to. I need, my skin's quite dry. I need a little bit more. But yeah, I would just use these in the morning. Just take one out. If I didn't feel like cleansing, just swipe all over. And then maybe add my serum and moisturizer over top. I think they're brilliant. I will definitely be buying these again. I'm using something different for the same purpose at the moment, so not just yet, but yeah, I really rate these. And I actually quite like the glass skin serum as well. I finished that though. Yeah, Peach and Lily, I really like. Okay, that's it for cleansers. Next up, I have, whoops, hang on, yeah. Alright, next up I have from Dr. Dennis Gross. These are the gentle version of the Alpha Beta Pill. I've had a few of these, I just kept one. These are extremely mild. I like the Universal and the Gentle. I probably prefer the Gentle and would repurchase the Gentle more often than I repurchase the Universal. But they are brilliant. They're a two-step, so you open one side, do the first step, which is the acid, and then you wait a couple of minutes, and then you open the second step, which neutralizes it. I think Dr. Dennis Gross does acids really, really nicely. Will and have repurchased in the past. Okay, this one is a mist from Allies of Skin. This is the Molecular Savior Probiotics Repair Mist. This has colloidal silver, probiotics, 6 antioxidants, and an anti-evaporation complex. Sounds very fancy. It's a lovely mist. I quite enjoy most of the, well actually all of the Allies of Skin products. And I don't have another one of these, but yes, I would totally recommend. I have a backlog of mists at the moment, and I'm trying to use one at a time. I don't know why mists are the category that I've decided to use one at a time. But yeah, so using something else right now. Next up is I finished an entire box of the Bioderma Nutrition. Now, we can't get these in Australia, and I believe it's quite difficult to find places to buy them, but there's a website called Care to Beauty, which is based in the EU, and they will ship to Australia. These are the best, gonna call it, treatment for sensitive, like really sensitized skin. If you have had some kind of irritation, you've had some kind of a skin procedure. I've been having IPL. These are brilliant for after that. It calms your skin almost, well, not immediately, but like overnight. You can see huge changes in redness reduction, in just how your skin feels. You know, when you are irritated and your skin feels tight and itchy and just you want to scratch your skin. Brilliant. These will turn your skin around in days. I've used them on and off when I've had any kind of laser, And yeah, at the moment I'm doing IPL. I had laser genesis in the past and I've used these after that. Will have repurchased. I'm already onto another box. Okay, I have 4 hydration serums, exfoliating hydration. This one is the first one. I have a little travel size of the Drunk Elephant, the B Hydra. I've written about this on my blog before. This isn't my favorite hydration serum. I think it would work better for people more with a combination to an oilier skin type. I just don't think it's enough for me. But that's just my 2 cents. This is probably one of the only Drunk Elephant products, or one of the few that I'm not massive fan of. But yeah, I didn't buy it. It was in a pack, I think. I don't know if it was sent to me or not, but yeah. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy that one, personally. Okay, I have, oh no, I thought I had 2 of the same. I have a Alpha H Hyaluronic 8. Love this. This was sent to me by the brand originally, and I've since repurchased on my own. There's 8 different molecular weights of hyaluronic acid, so it hydrates both the outer and the deeper layers of the skin. This is free of fragrance. I adore this. It's a winner. I also have from Alpha H the vitamin B, which is their niacinamide serum with copper tripeptide. I don't know how many of these I've gone through. A lot. I think this is the best niacinamide serum that I've used. I've used quite a few, and this is the one that I always go back to. I think it's brilliant. Definitely want to write more about that and niacinamide in general on my blog, so if you're interested in that, just let me know. Okay, from Medicate, I have the Hydrate V5 Intense. This is another hydration serum. It what is it? Hyaluronic acid with natural moisturizing factors, replenish and boost. This is brilliant. It is slightly more expensive than the Alpha H Hyaluronic 8. I have very similar effects on my skin when I'm using either or. So I would probably just go with the Alpha H, but this is brilliant. They're on par with each other, so if I was deciding between the 2, I would just go with the one that was more inexpensive. But yeah, it is still very good. Okay, more serums, but more creamy type serums now. I have from Allies of Skin the 1A All Day Pollution Repair Mask. Now this one has 7 brighteners, 9 antioxidants and a 16.5% repair complex. This is packed full of really good ingredients. I find it sits nicely under my SPF and over the top of like a hydration serum. And yeah, I mean, I use some kind of antioxidant or vitamin C serum daily. So yeah, if I wasn't using something with, you know, like a more of a watery serum, I would use this. I find that it, as far as being a last layer, like a moisturizer on my skin, depending on the sunscreen that I'm using, I can use this as the last layer. But yeah, if my sunscreen isn't quite hydrating on its own, I would maybe add a moisturizer over top of this. But I think for, yeah, anybody on the normal to combination to oily type skin, you would get away with this as your final layer under SPF. Yeah, awesome. I have the Venn, the vitamin B activated all-in-one concentrate. I was sent this originally and I've since repurchased on my own. This is not cheap, excuse me, but I find it to be probably one of my favorite treatments. This can be used either as a serum or as a moisturizer. Last step, it's a little more hydrating than what the Allies of Skin one is. This one contains niacinamide, panthenol, peptides. Again, like the Allies of Skin, it's packed full of some top-notch ingredients. And yeah, Allies and Venn, I feel they're gaining a lot of traction at the moment, and rightly so. I think both of these brands are exceptional, and they are to watch or get involved in already, because yeah, I love. Okay, so now we've got some just moisturizers. So first of all, I have the Hop and Cotton. This is the Makeover. Hop and Cotton is an Australian brand. I do believe, I'm not sure if they go worldwide, but I'm fairly sure they cover the US. Now, they are a personalized skincare brand. So when you go on their website, you can input a lot of detail. There's like a survey type thing. And they will create a product that is perfect for you. They did send this to me, and I also had the cleanser, and I still have the exfoliant, which to me has worked lovely for my skin. What did we put in here? We put in squalane, niacinamide, vitamin E, and peptides, glycerin. Beautiful. You can opt for it to be fragrance-free or have a small amount of fragrance in it. I opted fragrance-free. It still smelled nicely. Like, it wasn't like there was zero fragrance. Like, there's no fragrance added, but obviously the ingredients must have a scent of their own, and it did smell nice and clean. I liked it. Okay, next up I have from Youth to the People, the Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream. I quite like this. I do think it has a small amount of fragrance. I was a fan. I did finish it all. It was very soothing when my skin was irritated, or like, I talk about irritation a lot. I have quite reactive skin. Like, I can use acids and things like that to a certain extent. I don't tend to go for really strong acids, but my skin is more affected by things like abrasion. Even sometimes when, say you're wearing a shirt or a jumper of some sort, and the fabric is quite itchy, like that type of thing will really inflame my skin. And yeah, sometimes it just plays up. I do get a lot of redness, which is why I've been doing IPL. I have like just general redness, and I do have broken capillaries. And yeah, I just find calming products as much as possible. If I use them as much as possible, I can keep any kind of irritation or inflammation down. This is quite nice for that. Okay. I don't think I've ever, well, not ever, but ever since I've tried them, I don't think I've ever done an Empties without one or both of these. Lala Retro and Proteini from Drunk Elephant. I love these. I think if I had to pick a moisturizer or pick a brand of moisturizer for the rest of my life, these two. Proteiny is lighter and is full of peptides. It has a more immediate, like hydration-y, kind of like a watery, you know, you can feel that it's plumping. The Lala Retro has more of a heavier type feel, where if your skin is quite dry and flaky, like it really soothes. I don't even wait till my skin is dry or anything. I use these all the time. Yeah, I think they're brilliant and I will always have them. As much as Proteiny is a pain to get in Australia, I'll pay the, what is it, like the ship forwarding companies to send me these because I fucking love this. Ooh, shouldn't have smell. Okay, almost there. Black whiskey. This is a long one, I'm so sorry. Okay, I have from Chanel, this is the Le Lift. This was the cream oil. Packed full of fragrance, as you'd expect from Chanel. But this is, the texture on this is so beautiful. It is rich and plumping and just moisturizing. Unfortunately, I'm not really doing fragrance anymore, but if I did, this is wonderful. Chanel skincare is beautiful, and I think it's a little underrated. They have quite a lot of beneficial ingredients, but yeah, too much fragrance for me, sadly. Okay, Summer Fridays jet lag mask. It's pretty much finished. It's very finished. I love this. I will definitely be buying another. It's just so soothing. I don't like using it as a mask. Like I don't put this on in a thick layer and remove it. I don't think that the benefits for me personally are there. But yeah, as a final overnight step, brilliant. Yeah, I would put on all of my serums. I would even put on a moisturizer, and then I would use this. And my skin will wake up glowing, plump, lovely. Okay, I have 2 eye creams, and they're both like travel mini sizes. I have the Sea Tango from Drunk Elephant, and what's this one called? The Hyaluronic Marine Dew It All Eye Gel from Dr. Dennis Gross. I like both of these. I have another one of these, and I have another one of these. Yeah, I like them. Neither, like the Hyaluronic Acid Dew It All from Dr. Dennis Gross is really nice and light and hydrating. The Sea Tango is also really nice and hydrating. It does also have vitamin C to help with brightening. I don't tend to have too much issue with pigmentation or dark circles under my eyes, but yeah, both lovely. Would repurchase, or well, actually I think I've got one of each, so don't need to repurchase. Okay, what else have I got? I have only one oil, and that is the African Botanics, the marula oil with neroli, or neroli infused marula oil. There's a little bit left, but it was quite old, so I had to get rid of this. This is wonderful. It smells amazing. I'm going to smell it, even though it's a bit old. Still has a smell. And marula oil is, I feel like it's a little bit of a heavier oil, but the neroli in it, I don't know, something about this feels less heavy than, say, the Drunk Elephant's pure marula oil. So yeah, I adore African Botanics. as a brand, and they are probably the one that I feel the saddest about when I say I'm trying to avoid as much fragrance in skincare. They don't have artificial fragrance infused in their skincare, but they do use essential oils and that type of thing. But yeah, I definitely would recommend this if you have no aversion to fragrance.